Damn you guys.
Planning this whole lab, I worked my ass off. 2.
Kelsey has to basically run this kitchen.
I'm worried for Kelsey. For me, the salad needs to explode off the plate.
3 quail eggs? No. Everybody knows that working with Brian Steele is frustrating.
Okay, guys, let's go. Get rid of that. Clean up your station. Here, I'm standing here cleaning off this counter when you're down there munching away.
Okay. It's a power struggle.
She's not a chef.
Fuck's sakes.
This is your time to shine. You're gonna be just fine. It's your time, and look how far you come. Open your eyes. This is your time tonight. It turned out all right. You don't have to fight, and look how far you come. Open your eyes. Look how far you come. Open your eyes.
Previously on Chef School.
Bye, Mother Dearest.
I'm so ready for school again.
I had nightmares about coming back here.
It's crazy to go to this school.
I'd like to welcome you back to the Stratford Chef School.
Sorry, buddy.
Andrew didn't work in the kitchen this summer.
This goes back to basics, all right? Slide it back into the ball.
Oh, Choristine.
You're breaking my heart.
Oh, geez.
Hey, don't make it too fussy.
The bottom line is not everyone's going to make it.
I want to find out what I got.
I expect to see at least one person snap. Here's to success this year.
Cheers. My resolution is to do 100 times better than last year. I'm worried for Kelsey.
God, I would not want to be Kelsey.
I definitely would not want to be Kelsey.
Poor Kelsey. If I was Kelsey, I would be screwed.
I got an email 2 weeks before school started saying, this is your lab package. Ooh, you're up.
Good God.
And good luck.
A lab is a dinner put on for the actual public by the students.
And in Kelsey's lab, Kelsey's the head chef.
And the head chef is responsible for everything that happens in that kitchen that night.
The choice of menu, the appetizers, the main courses have all been assigned to us, and we just prepare that as best as we can.
The first lab sets the agenda and shows the chefs what I can do and what I've learned all summer.
I mean, I just can't get over like how stressful I think it's going to be.
You know, you're the guinea pig going first.
What kind of mark do I expect?
Oh, gotta love mornings.
I'm gonna work toward a 90.
The expectations are so high.
But anything lower than 80, I'm not gonna be happy with at all. Bye, guys.
Kelsey, when she found out she was like first in our group, she threw up twice and extended her period by an extra week.
I hope I don't go on my period when it's my lab.
Good morning.
Kelsey. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Before our actual lab, we have to meet with Jim and Eleanor early in the morning.
How are you?
Good.
It's a bit like going over to your grandmother's.
Bright and early?
Bright and early, yeah.
You have to be on your best behavior, answer politely, even though you might not really want to be there.
Okay. What we're going to do is review your lab package. The student is required to pick apart the menu and understand it in all of its ramifications.
The menu is it's playful. It's classic, definitely classic French. It starts off with a French onion soup, and it'll be cooked for about 3 hours. It's a long time to caramelize the onions to get everything going in the soup. I need that sweetness of the onions, and I need the brothy fullness of the broth behind it.
Every person that's working on your team has specific dishes that they're going to be doing for you.
Next, I've got a warm veal tongue salad with frisee and warm bacon. And that's followed by a skate with a bouillabaisse broth. I love skate for its sweetness. There's saffron in it, and it's done with a mussel stock, so it'll be beautiful orangey color. So it's a very delicate, very sweet dish.
What you need to do is to analyze the skills and experiences and weaknesses of people on your team.
So it sort of goes sweet, tart, sweet, and then I've got an apple strudel with lemon ice cream, and the lemon ice cream is also tart, so there's sort of a wave going on through the menu of flavors.
Your job is to think about what are all the possible things that could go wrong with this menu.
I think Kelsey thinks she's prepared.
And you have to be fairly ruthless, which may be difficult for you.
I don't know if she's going to necessarily capture a lot of leadership.
Her struggle is being 19.
That's always scary.
But after being away from school for like 5 months, I think we're all gonna be fucking up simple things.
Okay, so that's done then.
I think Kelsey's gonna come running from the back of the pack and surprise the crap out of everybody.
The labs are important for the students because in the second year curriculum, this is really the essence of their practical cookery training. Today, for Kelsey, it's her first time being sort of chef.
She is like freaking out. I'm a mess. Just an absolute nervous wreck.
She has to basically run this kitchen.
Okay,
There's so much more at stake and so many more people to blame.
here we go again.
Pretty impressive how prepared she is on paper. But in the kitchen, this is something else. She's not used to running, you know, a brigade.
I'm assigned people as certain positions. How's it going back there? So I have to interpret what items should be done by who. So as my saucier, I have Andrew, and my other saucier is Richard.
Your job now is to go around and get everyone to pull out all their mise en place and assemble it together.
The chef instructor's role is to ensure that
Can you do that?
there's a very good learning opportunity for the students.
And then please clean down this entire counter. You can put this away, this away, this away, this away. Leave this out. That's for our panning station later. Clean down this entire counter as well.
Everybody knows that working with Brian Steele is frustrating.
Chef Steele is the kind of chef that just always has to be in there.
So we would put maybe 3 on each then?
3 quail eggs? No, 1 quail. It's a small appetizer.
Yeah. I think the role of the student chef should be the chef. You know, the student chef should be in charge.
Okay, guys, let's go. Get rid of that. Clean up your station.
Chef Steele should just sit back and mark.
Clean down the counters and then start bringing out your mise en place so we can do a little quick checklist.
I think the role of the chef's instructor is somebody who should sort of stand back.
Tim, you're getting everything, your soup? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, give you enough rope to hang yourself with.
Tim will be my entremetier. So I have him doing the soup.
Kelsey, I get from her a real sense of effort and a sense that she wants to do well.
Planning this whole lab, I worked my ass off.
But I don't think she fully understands what to expect.
Okay. Alex will be my garde-manger.
So when you're done your vinaigrettes, then you can start on cleaning your lettuce.
Okay.
I think a huge thing about this first lab also is just faith.
I'm not nervous, no. If this was my lab, I'd be nervous.
I have to be able to have faith, no problem, in my team members and trust them completely.
That's a mistake.
Someone really likes to fucking take over, okay? Starting to piss me off. Hugely.
She's not a chef. I mean, in a way, she's taking over what it's like to be chef in the kitchen, but ultimately, it's the chef instructor's responsibility. So Dave, you're only missing sour cream, that's it, right?
Okay. It's kind of weird having, you know, 2 chefs there. There's Kelsey walking around making sure that everything's going right.
You need any help with anything, Bob?
And her name is on the menu.
Pastry, I know that Joyce has been making pain of stick and sourdoughs all summer, so I gave her the job of bread. And Dave Lingard's great at making pastry, so I gave him the apple strudel.
And then there's Chef Steele, who's still in charge.
Are you not assembling the strudel dough after you've done the filling? Or pulling out the strudel dough?
He hasn't done his filling. He's got his filling, but he forgot the raisins. Okay, so.
There is no good, real tactful way to say to someone, a chef, in their kitchen, I'm sorry, you know, this is my lab. Can you please let me do it?
It's a power struggle. So mostly she just has to stand around and be unsatisfied with it all.
I thought my role was being there by everyone's side while they were doing the things I was worried about, so cutting the skate.
Cut right down one of the spines and handle it really gently.
And pulling out the strudel.
Don't pull hard, just stretch gently with your fingertips.
I've been reading about strudel for weeks now, and I wanted to really be a part of that and sort of be able to call it my own. But Steele asked me to help Andrew chop some tomatoes. So I was sort of stuck doing other things.
I wouldn't expect that Kelsey would know how to stretch out the strudel dough and therefore wouldn't really be involved in that process. See how it's thin in spots and thicker in others? Yep. You want to get it nice and even.
Chef Steele sort of had a plan in his head, and I guess my plan didn't, or wasn't good enough. So he sort of took charge and planned it himself.
Drop it, just gently. No, quail's eggs?
Quail
No.
eggs?
No.
He's still the man. You have to make the man happy.
Apparently we're not doing quail eggs anymore.
Oh, just regular?
Yeah, not like anyone tells me anything. Fuck's sakes.
A lab is supposed to showcase our abilities with food.
We need some kind of warming up.
Like, we've got customers, and we have, like, a deadline.
People are paying to go to this lab.
Okay.
I wouldn't ever say that the labs are an easy exercise.
I was really frustrated and sort of not included in my own lab, which sucked.
Richard, start deep frying.
So I think next time I'd like to take sort of more of the responsibility into my hands and be more of a leader.
It's a learning experience for the students, but ultimately the most important thing is we have paying guests.
I have a VIP table there, and I just want them to get the absolute best.
Here's a copy of this evening's menu.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Onion soup, braised veal tongue. Those aren't easy things to do, and they can go really wrong or they can go really right.
Hello, everybody, and thanks again for your support and for coming this evening.
Kelsey, I think, no one works harder than her in the actual group.
The menu itself is a brilliant example of truly French cooking.
But I think she needs to learn a bit of just the leadership part.
The onion soup is a recipe by Thomas Keller. He's a well-known chef of French cuisine, and he's really mastered this recipe, which actually dates back to ancient Greece.
I think people need to be able to correct their own mistakes to learn.
Our main course tonight will be roast skate with bouillabaisse broth.
No, I'd have somebody else correct it for them.
And finally, for dessert, we'll be having apple strudel with lemon ice cream.
I think there are natural leaders, and I don't know that she is one.
Speech. Done. I fucked up a couple things, but it was fine.
What Kelsey has going for her that others don't is that she has started this at the right time.
I turned red. I'm bright red.
Damp towel to wipe these off.
You know, traditionally in Europe,
Tim, you're really slopping on these.
Okay.
an apprentice will begin at age 14, 15, 16.
Okay, ready to assemble?
She'll see this as an advantage when she realizes just how much she just instinctively knows.
Quickly assemble, guys.
Chef.
Quickly assemble.
I need that onion soup to taste exactly the way Thomas Keller meant it to taste.
Assemble the salad. Quickly.
Sprinkle. Awesome.
The cheese and the Emmental on top. The bread can't be soaked because, God forbid, if the bread is soaked, it's been sitting on the soup too long.
They see that, holy smokes, right.
All right, up it goes. Up it goes.
Now we know what it's like to return to the chef school.
Come on,
guys, you can do it.
This is my first time on the line.
Come on, you guys, are you on crack?
Okay, so these two are going to table 24.
No, we need a white.
It's a lot of pressure.
Okay, this is 25, Neil and Kim.
Dirty? Wait, you just want to send this to Neil? He doesn't count, huh?
No.
What, Kim doesn't count?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see it, sorry.
It's nice. Stock's really rich.
Beautiful rich stock.
Okay, these are going to table 17. Just warn them that it's hot.
Are you guys ready to do salad?
Yeah.
The salad has a lot of components to it, with veal tongue and egg and frisee.
Okay, where's those eggs? Okay, eggs, Richard. Eggs, eggs, eggs.
For me, the salad needs to, A, look alive. It's got to look like it's ready to explode off the plate.
It's nice. Deep fried's good.
Trevor loves anything deep fried. So be very careful.
There's a smudge already. God damn you guys. Shit.
I can't think of the last time that I've seen this kind of composition, and it's exciting.
Okay, Kelsey, we need you down here, huh?
Yeah.
Here, I'm standing here cleaning off this counter when you're down there munching away.
You work, you prepare, you want to take charge, you want to control your group, and it gets ripped out from under you and you get treated like you know nothing.
You gotta get those out of the way.
And that's unfortunate because that's not why we were paying to be here.
My skate has to be perfect. I just want them to experience the sweetness, the just pure sweetness of that dish.
You know, one of my pet peeves is having cold food. The fish has been hot, or the food has been hot all around.
I know what the VIP table will be taking off in their mind.
You know what? Skate is a beautiful, delicate fish. It's fantastic, but it's also a little bit fussy to work with. Destroy it in the pan.
Shake off that excess flour 2 in 1, and it's the good side down first, right?
You know, does this have good flavor, texture, color, sheen?
And we have 2 more.
Are okay to
What's
go?
that?
They're gonna rip it apart.
Mine's covered in fat, cold bowl.
Mine's hot.
Mine's totally different than your dish.
Yeah.
Yours looked perfect and it was hot.
My evaluation of Kelsey, it depends on several things.
Work it right in there. Very nice. I'm not happy with how I did last year at all.
It depends on how organized she is.
But I got through it, which was huge because there's so many people who dropped out and just failed.
We'll have 3 of these. These all look okay.
Basically how thorough she is and how exact.
Followed by 2.
The dessert, I want it to be not overly fancy. It's a very rustic dish.
Traditionally, this is something that would be served in like a hunk.
Just split the portion like that.
It's dough with fruit.
So just like that.
Almonds and a canal.
I don't want it to look all fancy schmancy.
Okay.
But I feel like in the context of this exercise, everything is supposed to look elegant.
2 more to complete the table.
I'm not sure who the pastry person was today that made the strudel.
The strudel, I would have plated a much larger piece with the ice cream,
It seemed a little precious.
and I would have toasted the almonds longer.
Small, refined, and precious.
But we all knew that Chef Steele liked to do it one way, and so it's not up to me to decide how I want it done.
I have my grandmother's strudel to compare it to.
Oh yeah? How's your grandmother's strudel?
It's my grandmother. She's perfect.
I mean, I grew up eating strudel, and it's something that takes so long to do properly, almost a lifetime. You almost have to be born beside one.
It's not a traditional strudel in the fact that there's not layers of flaky pastry. It feels like a single layer of pastry.
This strudel, it's like the dessert equivalent of jerky. It's like eating, oh man. Strudel is supposed to be light, fluffy, airy, and unique.
Oh, the dough was just too tense.
1 more, David, that's it.
Too tough. It was just not loose enough when they put it together, and I'm not sure whether they just over kneaded it, activated way too much gluten, or whatever.
I totally forgot you.
I like the ice cream.
I love
I really like the ice cream.
My problem is that I could eat a couple buckets of this ice cream. That's a problem.
In the student labs,
Chef Wilkinson.
Hey, Kelsey, how are you?
the customer satisfaction component is evaluated
And Miss Fraser.
by the invited guests that come and act as critics.
Your soup.
Like it was big, bold flavors. I love big flavors.
Going up to people and getting their feedback, people you don't know, is hugely a part of being a chef.
Skate, although we got the same dish, our dishes were quite different. Hers was hot, mine was cold.
I should have been on top of that. I really should have.
As a chef, watching every single consistency coming out of your kitchen, something to monitor.
It's good to know.
It wasn't
Thank you.
it wasn't the same dish.
So, come on, everybody.
The chef instructor then,
So now, after every lab, we always get together.
they assess the student's ability to be an effective leader.
And we say, hey, you guys did a great job. Hey, you guys did an okay job. Hey, you guys did a crappy job. I'm just going to beat the crap out of you. No, I'm just kidding.
For me, it's hugely, hugely beyond important to please my chef instructors.
You know, I'm not harsh. I'm not mean with them.
I'm a 19-year-old girl who I know a lot, but not nearly as much as they know.
But the chances of her getting a 95 or an A+ or something aren't very good. It was a good lab. We had some struggles.
Everyone knows that Chef Steele is the hard marker.
But it's also your first lab. So, you know, I cut you guys some slack, but I'm not gonna give her a failing grade. You're not used to working with me. You forget about my hard-ass standards. You forget about that shit, right? In terms of organization, things, you know, really fell down.
I think I do need to learn to be a little more assertive and a little more loud. Too sheepish.
Kelsey,
Yes.
here's your evaluation. If I'm ever hard on Kelsey, it's because I know I see some potential. It's a really good first effort. You tried really hard.
It wasn't the 80 I was hoping for, but I was 78, which is 2% less, which is really not that bad for the first lab of the season.
I still think that Kelsey is going to be one of the shining stars of this entire year.
My period is not over. It is not over. It's not gone.
I would just like to say, everyone, thank you so much.
It's not fucking gone.
You all did an amazing job today, and I could not have done any of that without you.
So maybe a few beers tonight will make it go away.
You would have done the same for us.
Awesome.
I think it'll probably go away, actually. I'm a lot less freaked out now.
All right, guys, thanks.
Our pleasure, Kelsey.
Next time on Chef School.
I have no idea what's going on with Richard.
Last year, he would never touch a drink. This year, Richard is socially drinking with us.
He seems different.
This is fucked, okay? These are garbage.
Right now, I'm so sick of French food.
Hey guys, watch the rims, all right?
Fat, and more fat.
A little concerned that people aren't really thinking about what they're doing.
I'm just not interested in this type of cookery.
Richard does what Richard wants when Richard wants to do it.
I just want everything out of the fucking way, you know?
We all worry that Richard's problem might only be just starting.
I think if he keeps on in the kitchen, it will destroy him.
There's